So um, in higher education, we've seen a real emphasis now on students going into STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, math. And we're seeing that, I think, more at Biola too. Our science courses are more and more popular than they used to be. What are the things that students are interested in going to do, and how do we best mentor them to go into these different fields?
I think probably the big change has been the Great Recession, where people realized, oh, just going to college isn't going to get me a job.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go into the STEM stuff, then I know I'm going to get a job when I get out.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that's a great desire, but you might not have the gifts to do that. So one of the things that I try to do with students coming in for engineering is to say, okay, where you're gifted.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do something where you're happy,
Mm-hmm.
not just a job, but you're really using the gifts God's given you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the mentoring that I do from the physics engineering side.
Yeah.
I think I do similar mentoring for nursing. The face of nursing as a profession has changed significantly, and we all know that healthcare is an evolutionary process of its own. And so I see that part of my role as a mentor for students in that final year is to help them understand that very thing. Where do they fit in? What kinds of skills, gifts, abilities, and where would those be best applied? Nursing is a vast field, and they could be involved in many aspects of that, but to focus on that transition towards an independence, if you will, and getting that first real role as a scientist.
Mm-hmm. I actually kind of want to push back on you a little bit, John, because I definitely agree that as mentors, as professors here at Biola, we need to make sure that people are going into something that's appropriate to their gifts. But on the other hand, you could make an argument to say, like, I'm really excited that students want to be in biology and want to be studying chemistry. And most of our students, like I said, want to go into healthcare, and they want to be physicians, or they want to be physician's assistants. And not all of them are going to do that. But I always counsel the students, especially if they're in like their junior year, and they're like, oh, I'm not quite making the grades I want. I don't know if med school's on the table. Mm. I don't think a degree in science or math is ever going to hold you back from something else to do. So I think I agree that we need to find places where students are going to thrive. But if they're really passionate and they're really learning, and even if they don't have the grades and the scores to get into med school, there's still wonderful things that they could do. And a degree in biology is never going to hold you back. And if you decide, I guess I want to go into journalism, I think a background in science and taking data and thinking critically are just going to serve you in whatever discipline you go into. So I'm sometimes really happy to talk to students who are like, oh yeah, I guess you're not going to go to med school, but you're going to do great wherever God takes you. It makes me excited that we're doing more than just training people to go to med school. We're training people to go just serve God in whatever discipline they end up being in. So God has circuitous routes for all of us too. So
I pride myself in conversion, and that is not, from I'm not saved to save, but rather diversion from a healthcare field to a pure science field. Mm-hmm. Because so many do come in with the aim of going into health, and science is just so vast. And they come in, and one student every year is going to fall in love with organic chemistry and perhaps dedicate their life to going into grad school like that. And so they come for, I think, the job stability, the fact that it's a rigorous field for the promise of a great career, and they might leave with just wonderment at another science, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. Some of my best times with students have been signing their change of major forms, though. It's just really fun to see a student who may have really tried and really tried to pursue medical, and then God takes them in a different direction, and they know that that's their passion. And what got them to Biola was thinking that they were going to be a medical missionary, but right. God used that desire to bring them here and to guide them into psychology or calm disorders or some other wonderful field. It's sometimes a really joyous occasion to be seeing how God takes them through that path when they're here.
And God doesn't waste that Gen Bio 1 and 2 that they took before they went off into some other major. I've seen that in my own life, in various directions I've gone, and 10 years, 20 years later, something comes back. Mm-hmm. Oh my stars, I knew that because I tried something that didn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool to see how God uses everything.
Yeah.
Biola University offers a variety of biblically centered degree programs, ranging from business to ministry to the arts and sciences. Visit Biola.edu to find out how Biola could make a difference in your life.